getting connected to the right people would probably give you the biggest shortcut. So I would say, honestly, if I was trying to get going, I would find, someone who was on your podcast before, just someone you see having real success in this space and
Mhm.
reach out and say like, hey, I'm looking to break in. Do you have any positions? I know how to do this. I can make videos. Here's my skill set. Here's how much I'm willing to hustle to be, appealing to the right person. I just feel like you're going to learn faster with that. So if you can go and work somewhere like that, get some knowledge, that's going to take you, I think, a lot farther.
What is going on, everybody? We got another one in the mix right now. We got Mike Walker. How's it going, bro? I see you a lot, actually. I see you a lot.
Yeah, I try to go to as many shows and events, and there's always something to learn, right? Like always somebody crushing with something I don't know.
Yeah, and dude, I think that you're very awesome when it comes to speaking at my events. You're always showing up. And so yeah, I think like in the last like 2 years, I've probably seen like 4 or 5 times at least, So and I think in this space that's a fair amount.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I love coming to the events. I've been doing it a while, but I always learn something, right? Like
yeah.
you can't be an expert in anything. I mean, in everything. So you can kind of get a shortcut there coming to the events.
Yeah, that's true, man. You dropped a fire talk at the last one too. You dug deep into how to like move out of affiliate, turns into like a real business and blow some shit up, which was awesome, dude. So grateful for that. Thank you, my friend. Are you gonna go to Contact.io? I guess that's now or tomorrow, or
Yeah, not going this year. It's kind of close to ASC, and it's different, but I feel like we saw a lot of the same people kind of 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I didn't totally do this year.
you know what, man? And like maybe I'm just like tired, but like as I get older, I'm like I want to go to less shows, you know?
I agree with that, and I guess as you build out kind of like a team and all that, I'm like, yeah, you guys just kind of go instead of me. I think you'll honestly get more done.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think, yeah, I don't know. I just different values, I guess. You just kind of different focuses and stuff. And like, especially like now that I have a family and shit too, it's a little bit different. But like, yeah, I don't know. So I think I'll probably still do like a couple a year. But like, I found that like I don't know if it was like around like post COVID. I feel like events really started to ramp up. Like there's fucking events and masterminds and shit nonstop. Like you can go to something almost every month now. And like people will do it. They'll like travel to Europe, they'll go anywhere. And I'm just like, guys, like when are you
Yeah.
getting anything done? Like when the fuck are you making
I,
money?
I agree. And for some people, it's probably like the opposite what you said. Let me get away from my family. Let me get
Yeah,
away from
that's
everybody.
true.
It's like a little vacation. This is my excuse to go and, vacation. But
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true.
I,
Um, Yeah, that's funny, man. Bro, did you just start DJing or something? Like you getting into it or what? Like
yeah, actually, like an idea I had honestly last week. So I'm very, very new. And I bought all the equipment and I was like, yeah, let me try it out. Just, mixing stuff. And I was like, had joked with Darren Bly, like, yo, let me do the affiliate blog.
that's funny, man. That's
Yeah.
really cool. To be honest, dude, like I've thought about doing it as well. I'm like the only guy in the world probably that listens to like aggressive DJ sets as he works. Like that's my jam. Everyone's listening to like calming music or like slow beats or stuff or I don't know whatever. I'm like I need all the energy I can fucking get. Just give me that like those hard transitions and all that stuff. So I love that shit, man. So I've definitely thought about doing it before. It would be a fun fucking pastime, but I just like I don't know. I don't want to make the time for that right now because I'm like this is gonna take a lot to learn.
Yeah, I've realized that, right? Like to be good at it, it's like, yeah, it'll take a while, but it's fun because it's like, I don't know if you like music, it's like you can kind of make your own tunes and stuff, or it's just cool. Yeah, it's like, creating. It's more fun creating.
Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool, man. All right, well, let's fucking dive right into it, man. Because like you've been in this space for a while. You're a very familiar face in this space. You've been around for a minute doing all sorts of stuff. I think you got into this doing just like straight up media buying and stuff like that, and then it transitioned into what you have now. Maybe I'm off on that. I think that's correct though. And then, but yeah, just give us kind of the rundown and like what was your first like intro into this space, and kind of end us at what you're doing now.
Oh man, like how much time do we have? But yeah, no, I guess my first start was yeah when I was super young. I really learned how to build websites. Like honestly, when I was like 15 years old, and from there, I was like, okay, this is cool, but I know you can make money from websites. How do I make money from this? And I got into just putting Google AdSense on there, and then from there went down the rabbit hole of like you'd see people saying, no, this affiliate marketing thing, you can make more than AdSense. And at the time I was like, what's that? And I would just read all of the forums and stuff for affiliate. And I would say it was a lot different back then. It was like you weren't like, I didn't have money to go on Facebook and buy traffic and all that. You're kind of just doing schemes. Like it's like, all right, let me post on Craigslist and somehow get somebody to fill out a lead gen offer. I remember one was like it was all right. Let me get people who are going to apply for apartments to fill out my credit check lead gen offer, like just like stupid stuff. But eventually, just yeah, figured out how to buy traffic and just kept with it honestly because I saw the
That's
potential.
cool.
Yeah.
Did you so like the forums? Was it like stack that money and shit like that?
Before that, like I would say
Oh,
Digital
interesting.
Point. Yeah, yeah. Before that was Digital Point was huge. Black Hat World, and like Wicked Fire. Those were the three biggest, and then Stack That Money came like a little bit after that. But I would say that yeah, that was like kind of after my I don't know, forum era. And then from there really transitioned to like the Facebook groups, like super goddamn affiliate and all that was where the info was.
Yeah, the Tim Bird one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Does that guy is that guy still pushing stuff? Like, he has an
I haven't
agency, doesn't he?
I haven't heard his name in a while, and I guess usually
Yeah.
when that happens, like someone struggling or they're doing really good. So I would assume he's
Yeah.
doing really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Sorry.
seems like the guy that was always doing really good, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like he made enough money where he's like, why am I doing this?
I feel like we've all had that question, in
Yeah.
our head sometimes, just like, dude, sometimes I'm like reading in these group chats. I'm just like, bro, I got to get out of these fucking things.
Oh yeah, I don't as much, but yeah, I used to follow every post, and you do get info. It's like somebody's gonna say some one tidbit. It's gonna make the 50, like 150 messages I had to scroll through worth it. I feel like, but like I'm so far, I don't know, I'm thousands of messages from scrolling, and
Yeah.
finding that ad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. That's funny. All right, so after that sort of world, you went into the paid traffic space. And what was kind of the stuff you were pushing out of the gate in that sense in terms of like the affiliate shit?
It was a lot of like mobile pin submits back then was what really took off. So it was like, I don't know if you've seen it, but like a lot of the when ringtones were a thing and stuff like that,
Oh
where it
yeah.
was a model of they build your phone bill, right? So you basically put in your phone number, say to win like a free iPad or something like that. Let me put in my phone number here, and then you would opt in to essentially saying, yes, I will receive on my bill for 9.99 a month. And off of
Hmm.
that, it was like a cheating ticket to win an iPad, and yeah, that was super big back then. And they got billed from the carriers, and I think the carriers took like 40%. That's why they were okay with it. uh,
Crazy.
yeah, and that you could do international. So I remember like my first big campaign on that where I was like, oh, I'm making like couple several $100s a day was just running pin submits in like Thailand, like just
Oh,
translating online. Yeah, super random.
dude, that's dope though. That's really cool, man. And then like after that, what was your kind of like biggest campaign? You're just like, oh fuck, this has legs. Like we're making moves now.
Yeah, so that was like remote tech support when I was in college. So I guess it's like a known thing now, and I'd say it gets like black eye, but that was something like me and my partner essentially created. Like we were the first people to run paper call to remote tech support. And this was my senior year of college, and it just like blew up running it on pop traffic. So like what was it? Lead impact and traffic fans and stuff like that. And yeah, we had to deal with lead impact where we just would buy like run of network traffic because usually on there you like kind of bid on domains and things like that. So they have a ton of traffic that gets unsold. And we were just like, hey, we'll buy your run of network traffic, but whatever. Even just, I guess I'm skipping ahead, but like, yeah, that was one where it was one of those, yeah, you set it up. It was, oh, you wake up the next morning, I'd spent $100 and made several hundred back. I'm like, whoa, this is pretty good. You keep raising the budget. It's like, this keeps
Yeah.
going. Holy crap. And yeah, it just grew into like a monster from there. So that was like the early paper call days before, all these companies and all that existed.
That's really cool, man. At that time when you were making so much, you're just like, fuck, should I just like dip out of college or like
Yeah, because like I mean I don't know. I was going to school for computer science, and I like computers, but I just saw that and I was like, I never want to go and like work a job for this after seeing what guys do on the internet. Like I wasn't huge back then, but I would see like all the guys flexing and buying this and that. I'm like, I can't buy that with I mean, maybe, with a computer science job, right? But thought I got the right stock options. But but yeah, and then I was like, I don't know. I was like a senior and I still had 8 a.m. classes. So I was like in there while this is blowing up, having to go to 8 a.m. class. I'm like, this is the worst. Like I can't even listen to this professor. I'm just refreshing stats. Um, yeah. So that was the
did
one.
you did you eventually drop out? I didn't know if you did or
Yeah,
not, but oh
yeah.
yeah, dope.
Dropped out with like 12 credits left. It was just like always like, wait a minute, I can always go back, right? If this thing just fails apart, like I'll just go back opposed to like why am I doing both at the same time if this is a bigger opportunity? And that yeah, it just took me on so many like just kind of my first taste of starting like a real business from this, honestly, because we had figured it out and we're like, wait a minute, like let's set this thing up all the way.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Your partner from back then, are you guys still partners?
No, no, we're not partners anymore, but we're cool. He does
Yeah,
like ecom stuff now, but yeah,
cool.
those are the days we went from just like a shitty apartment to like, oh my God, do what the every affiliate does. Let's just ball out. And that was
Yeah,
in the end, it kind of went to shit. So lesson learned,
yeah.
but
I feel like you have to learn that shit though, right? Like no matter how many people told you like don't do this, you still would have done it
oh,
anyway, you
for
know?
sure, for sure. Because yeah, I try to tell like my media buyers now. I'm like, like what's the best advice you can I give? I'm like, save your money, and
Yeah.
or buy like
Yeah.
appreciating asset, buy a house, right? Like don't
Yeah.
buy a
Stop
car and
buying bottles.
jewelry. Yeah, bottles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst shit
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
Yeah.
evaporating money. I'm always glad to attend the tables, but
But yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be the one throwing down every show like some of these guys.
No, man. Dude, I remember like when I was making like dude, I had like one campaign that really popped off, and I think it was like green coffee or Garcinia or some shit back in the day. And I was making like $1,000 to $2,000 a day, and I legitimately thought I was fucking rich at the time. You know, I'm just like, I am like the shit.
Yeah,
I got a beat up Range Rover. Like my life is good. You know, I'm going out for dinners, buying girls drinks and stuff. And then like, yeah, dude. But like in the scheme of things, when I look back on that now, I was like, man, if I knew what I knew today, I would have like I'd be doing like 50 grand, 100 grand days easy on that shit, you know?
right. Yeah, that's true too. Because like you probably thought that was the level, right? Like
Yeah.
1K a day. No one else your normal life is making that amount of money. So it's like, well, I've peaked
Yeah.
here. And I had
Yeah.
that too, where yeah, like honestly, when I got back in the lead gen way later, like I just started like I was like, I'm crushing it, blah blah blah. And I had an AM one day, which is like Natalie, and she's like, why do you never scale? I'm like, excuse me?
What do you mean? I am
Like I'm
scaled.
yeah, like I'm making a couple grand a day. Like she's like, guys are doing 20, 30K a day. I'm like, I didn't know. Like I thought I was at the peak of refi or whatever.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Um, so so you ran a lot of refi too when it was like popping?
So that's how I got back. Like I did the tech thing for a while and then started some random businesses. And then I had like basically like a realtor. It was a business where we were signing up realtors like on a subscription to just get them leads. And then we would go on
Mhm.
Facebook ads and just generate them leads. And then I was in the super affiliate groups and all that still. And I wasn't doing any affiliate. And I saw honestly Natalie post. She's like, hey, I have this mortgage refi thing. Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, that kind of fits to what I'm doing now. Like, let me give it a try. And yeah, I just like honestly, when I got back in the lead gen, probably like a year, year and a half, I only ran refi. Like I only knew
Mhm.
refi, like ups
Yeah.
and downs. I was like, I'm gonna make this work, you know. And then
Mhm.
from there, I was like, wait, there's other verticals in this lead gen thing, and they're way easier to run instead of banging my head every day for like, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
refi, dude, refi had a good run though there for a while, man. Like the Reno angle, the cashback angle, like all that stuff, just like cranked. Like people made a boatload off that.
Yeah, like refi was the vertical at that
Yeah.
time where it was like, yeah, we could do 100. That was the first one. It was like guys are doing 100K a day in lead
Yeah.
gen. I would say refi and auto were it
Yeah.
back
Those were the
then.
two for sure. Yeah. Yeah. And then like I feel like COVID hit, auto completely died off, and so did refi. Refi died a little bit before that, I think. And then now we're kind of seeing refi pop back a little bit, man. And like I think depending on which way rates go here in the next like couple of years, like it might be back to its glory. Who knows? But kind of hoping.
It'll come back eventually because like I guess the issue with refi was like yeah during COVID right like rates went so low everyone just naturally refied at that time like they don't need to see your ad to say like I want a 2% rate right so like everyone you had one point was like 70% of the country was locked in and some super low rate so why would they ever click your mortgage refinance ad but now it's like more and more people just buy new homes and stuff like yeah more people with higher rates so refi will come back for sure.
I think like people are even buying now in anticipation to refi as soon as the rates drop, right? Because I mean, they've come down a little bit since, but like they're still quite high. Like I think they're 6, 7% still. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's cyclical and like you said the rates like that's something I didn't realize like interest rates kind of affect every vertical in lead
For
gen
sure.
whether directly or indirectly.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. So what do you do now? Like what's kind of like your main sort of like day to day? What are you focused on? What have you built out? Give us the rundown on that.
Yeah. So I mean, the main, I guess, in the last few years, we built a health insurance agency around ACA, and that was, yeah, that really blew up and took off for us. Honestly, just using the knowledge we have in marketing, technology, stuff like that, and just being
Hmm.
like, all right, like I see an opportunity here. All I have to do is learn health insurance and get my license, and I can make this LTV. So that yeah, that's my main focus. I have Balanced Benefits Group, which I'm CEO, and I have some partners there, but I got licensed and just yeah, day to day managing it. I have people CEO, but I have managers who are just lifetime just health insurance. That's what they do. And then
Hmm.
we have Rubicon Performance, which is our marketing agency as well. And yeah, we kind of on that side focus on, I would say, like building out offers and flows, and just trying to build. If we see an opportunity of like, hey, here's, the top offer in this vertical, I think I could build something better and provide real value, or like the
Hmm.
EPCs are actually higher. I'm not just like building
Yeah.
it to build it to say like I own it, but I'm making 20 cents less every click. you know
Yeah. That
um
that's cool, man. Do you so are I'm assuming the two work together pretty closely. I'm assuming you're building out a lot of ACA flows, stuff like that, and then the marketing agency is running a lot of traffic to your insurance company.
right, yeah. So historically, I would say, I don't know, like 95% of our leads and traffic has just been our internal media buys, and then just like
Hmm.
flows we built out. I'd say like just ACA did it a little different than everyone else doing ACA, where everyone was selling calls. Honestly, we built out a process around doing it like with leads more so, and
Hmm.
yeah, like that. So it definitely synergizes all the way around, and because
Hmm.
we were running just ACA, working with Enhance and everyone else, and we just realized like, wait, we can do this at scale. That we're kind of getting back the LTV numbers of our traffic. We're getting the CPAs of our
Yeah.
traffic, and then it's like, what's the LTV? How much can you make here per person? And it's like, all right, there's some room here to make some money.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's smart, man. So, how have you had like so since you're doing more of like a lead form then on ACA, how's that quality look comparatively to like the calls, right? Because I feel like with that you got to deal with contact rate, a few other aspects of it, but does it still work out pretty good for you?
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I think the quality and just the process for the consumer is a lot different and better. So we just did something different, like utilizing tech, where really we realized like at one point there's the CM through the CMS API, like we can get all of the plan info and stuff like that, for everyone in every zip code. So it's
Oh,
essentially,
that's cool.
telling a consumer, hey, put in your. This basically comes down to their zip code and their income, and that's going to determine which plans are available, then like what the
Hmm.
cost of them are. So we kind of simplified the flow where they're putting in basic info, but within that is their zip and their income, and then we're showing them, based on that, if there is a $0, here are the $0 plans that are actually available to you, allowing
Hmm.
them to like select which one that they actually want, and like showing them all the actual plan benefits and things like that. And then they're going through and completing this, and then you're enrolling them with an agent. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
so as far as quality, there's way more intent with that, and like, I guess the consumer actually knows what they're getting when
Good point. Good point.
right, the little going through, and if like trusted form your nice screen recordings, just literally going through and say, yes, I want this at the whatever, silver
Yeah.
1500 PPO plan. That's what I'm choosing. Even, on the ad side, right? Like with ACA, people are like, get all money, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, no, they would get to a phone call with the call center, and they would just try to like, yeah, enroll this person in a way with kind of connecting like that free money they thought they were getting to
Yeah.
like putting them in a plan. And a lot of times people didn't know really, this is, I'm getting a whole new health insurance plan. All these, or it's even health insurance in general, because like the way you can really enroll and switch people's plans on the agent side, especially at that time, is pretty crazy, like how easy it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took that element out where it was that person's at, looking at the exact plan, like the benefits of it. So, they can see the deductible on that plan, the premium, the out of pocket cost, the full summary of benefits. If they click like a view detail link where it
Yeah.
will show them doctor visit costs, x-ray, whatever that stuff is, opposed to just having someone on the phone and saying like, don't worry, I got the best plan for you. Oh, you're signed up, and you don't really you're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is a deductible? Like, like, seriously,
Yeah.
so it's like kind of like
Yeah.
making it more similar to how auto insurance is done, where you can like go
Yeah.
into a website, put in your info, see some options. But yeah, so that was like the difference with us with ACA, honestly, and the yeah, literally a game changer. So yeah, when you think about that process at first, I was like, no way is this gonna work, right? Like these people are coming here. It was like, oh my God, like this form is actually working. People selecting plans, putting in like all their contact info,
Yeah.
social, whatever, doing a signature of consent, everything there. And then yeah, and then obviously with ads, the pixel and stuff, it was like, all right, yeah, I can find you more people similar to that. And
Yeah.
yeah, that
Dude,
was
that's sick. So it like auto populates all this shit in the flow. Like you're not really talking to the person until they've kind of like signed off and picked.
yeah, exactly. So that allowed our
Dude,
agent
that's cool.
allowed our agents to just do way more as well. And it was like a layup for them where they're not just, like, yeah, trying to convince people all this. It's like this person knows what they're getting. They want it. And they just, need you to finish the enrollment. It's kind of like turning them from a salesperson to like an order taker in a way,
Yeah.
which, for the same amount of pay. So,
Dude, that's
uh,
dope. That's
yeah.
smart. Did you come up with that?
Yeah, yeah. Just kind of, yeah, just came up with it, adapting like other things that were out there. So I would say something with ACA was like people were doing was like no call flows and all of that. And yeah, CMS started coming out and saying it was basically people were just getting basic info on people, like their state. So basically with ACA, I guess to break it down, all you needed at that time to change someone's whole entire health insurance plan is if you knew their state, their name, and their date of birth. So people were literally doing like little Facebook lead forms at the time, collecting that info and just changing people's plans off of that. And now they were the agent of record getting commissions. And just seeing that, like, all right, how can we like that's great, but like whatever, three-letter agencies are gonna come for me, kicking my door if I do that. So how do I adapt that? And yeah, we just kind of saw like, oh my God, like they're onto something, but you can actually, with tech, put the whole plan info and all of that here. And yeah, it just kind of evolved from seeing how other people were doing it and just honestly, just learning like all parts of it. And us, yeah, just
Yeah.
having a background in tech, I guess, to help.
That's super cool, man. That's smart. So if ACA sort of goes away here, like if they cancel that program, do you already have a plan on what you're going to transition over to?
Well, I mean, ACA is pretty cooked. Like they're saying like and there's some things right now where they're saying, hey, maybe the tax credits and all that could come back. Because the thing that made ACA was like during COVID, um, they did some enhanced tax credits, which allowed people to essentially get free $0 plans that were actually like really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and honestly, now that's naturally expiring. And so it's set to just end in 2025. And then with the presidency changing and all that, there's other changes. But even without the other changes, right? Like it was kind of like a period of time where just because these
Yeah.
tax credits are here, it changed how ACA operated. A lot of people get free plans. It
Mm-hmm.
allowed agencies to exist year round. So naturally you're really only supposed to get plans during open enrollment. This allowed just,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you're low income, you can get a plan whenever, which that's
Mm-hmm.
why like it really kind of blew up. But yeah, that's going away. So now I see a lot of guys, they sold the health insurance thing. So some people are making it money. I'm making money with it and are now kind of like you said, looking for the next thing, final expense,
Yeah.
Medicare, what is it? I guess for me, like we tried Medicare at a small scale, but it was just honestly how we had ACA set up, it just didn't work out well for us. So I would say honestly, the big focus for us is just retaining the book of business we have more
Hmm.
so than finding the next thing in health insurance. Like I get dynamic. I'm not tied to just, oh, I'm an health insurance agent. What's the next
Yeah.
health? What's the next insurance thing? Oh, I gotta figure out how to do final
Yeah.
expense now. I start an agency for Medicare. It was worth it to me at that time because I'm like, the LTVs are so high compared, like per lead or call I'm generating, I could make so much more money if I had the whole process versus like I don't I guess see that as much with like final expense and med. I mean, maybe some guys are, crushing with med and all that, but I
Hmm.
don't think it's the same flash in the pan thing where I'm like, and honestly, for me, like I love media buying, ads, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I dislike insurance. So like I'm gonna bang my head against the wall to find the next
Yeah.
insurance thing. If it pops
That's
up, I'm
funny.
licensed and I'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's funny, man. Do you still media buy quite a bit yourself?
no, but every once in a while, like, my guys, I'll be like, I guess like the boomer, like, I'll show you guys how it's done. Like, let me log into
Yeah.
Google. Like, don't
Yeah.
do much. But no, I don't really like media buy anymore. I'll try to like, I don't know, like make systems and things to like help my guys or tools to media buy
Yeah.
better. Even like playing with like AI and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
to like, hey, but yeah, like I don't, yeah, every once in a while, I'd say like every 2 months, I'll go in and like think I can launch some campaigns, and I'm like, shit, this is a
Yeah.
lot harder than 2020. So,
Dude, I like I'll like get sidetracked with like business stuff and I'll like stop running shit for a bit and I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna come back to this. And then I come back to it and I like go too hard and then I always lose my account. I'm like, fuck.
yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. So dude,
Always
that literally
changing,
happened
right?
to me this week. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's funny, man. It's funny. But like I miss media buying. Like I like it, dude. And I sort of like I always say like if I just had to get rid of everything and stop like doing the business side of things and all that, I would just be like, I'm content. I don't give a shit. Like I'll put me back in my room and I'll close the door and I'll just bang out ads all day. Like it's a struggle, but it's like it's so rewarding when you win at it.
yeah.
You know?
I agree. And that used to be me, like just in my room, 8 hours,
Yeah,
just banging out
yeah,
ads. And
yeah,
I'm always like, that's thank I don't know, like I always feel more comfortable in life that I know and have that skill, no matter how
yeah,
bad things go. I'm like, all right, if I just put
yeah.
40 hours a week, did leave this chair meeting back, I'm sure I can like get $100 a day campaign out of it.
For
Like,
sure,
things
for
ever go
sure.
terrible, terrible, like,
Yeah,
well, yeah, so. And
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about media buyers. Like it's even if you're not gonna be with me for life, but like this is the best skill you can learn, honestly. If you want to make
yeah,
ads on the internet, you can do anything. You can start a
dude,
pizza shop if
100%.
you want. You can
For
whatever.
sure.
Yeah.
Dude, like, yeah, worst case, go like just be an agency dude and slang ads for
Yeah.
that. Get a steady 9 to 5, whatever,
Very
dude.
true.
There's anything and everything. And I think that like I feel like our skill set is underutilized. Like, don't get me wrong, in our space, guys make tons of money, but I feel like there's so many niches, like real businesses that people haven't gone after in terms of like a profit share or whatever it may be. And there's just like, dude, there's people where like leads are worth like 10 grand, 100 grand to them, like whatever. And like, I don't know, man, we could probably generate those on some level if you really fucking figured it out and get like a
Yeah.
commission on that. Like there's tons of shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Like profit share or even like buy into a business, something like that
Yeah.
is possible because most businesses fail because they can't market. Like nothing else matters. You can have the best pizza in the world, you could be the best realtor, whatever. You could have the best Botox
Yeah.
clinic. It doesn't matter if you can't market.
Yeah.
And if you can market, nothing. Yeah, you can have a shitty product, but like you're gonna get some sales first before the reviews get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, man. So little transition here. You mentioned AI and stuff, and I feel like it's been talked about to fucking death here by everyone, and
Right.
like everyone's like treating it like it's the fucking game changer for everything. And I think it does have huge value. I think that we're still going to have to do some work to get it to where it needs to be. But what's your thoughts on it? How have you implemented it, and how are you sort of like utilizing it moving forward in your business?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. And like, people are AI to death, right? Everything's has an
Yeah.
AI feature and all that, and some of it's
Yeah.
useful, some of it's not. So I always feel yeah, that makes people kind of, oh, AI is useless. Or then there's the people who are just so hype on it, maybe over
Yeah.
exaggerating it.
Yeah.
But I think right now, like, I find tons of use in it. I use it all the time, honestly, for everything, but just business specific. Like just analyzing like business data, I think is the best thing, or like I would just say one small basic example is like we will have like Fireflies, like an AI note taker, and all the calls we
Yeah.
have amongst our team and all of that. And just being able to go and like query that, just ask it questions like, hey, what were the three things we talked about on this call 2 weeks ago that I was supposed to do, or this initiative and all of that? Just that alone, right? Like, I don't know, find tons of value in
Yeah.
that. Like the other day, like John on my team, we were talking to Help Sherpa, they're like the enrollment platform for
Yeah.
ACA, and just getting on the call with them. He's like, "Hey, let's get everyone together on a call beforehand so we can just put together all the questions we're going to ask them." I'm like, "Dude, we talked about this on the last three team calls. Put them all in the chat GPT and ask it like what we should ask Help Sherpa." You just
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm like, "All right, save me an hour of my time." But on a higher level, as far as like just straight media buying, yeah, like I feel like if you give it the right data and the right instruction, say as far as copy, if you're making images, like prompts for images, you can pump out amazing stuff, but it starts with like I think the part people get maybe wrong or don't know is it by default, if I tell ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, hey, make me some good ad copy, it's gonna suck, right? It's not gonna
Yeah.
be, but if you show it examples or if you have data that you can feed it, um, of good and bad, that goes way farther. So if you're running Facebook ads, that's why I say like naming conventions, all that are super important. But like I'll, yeah, if you can get, say, like on a sheet, an export of your ads, stats, and all that, and then you can add another couple rows that show like the actual headline, text, and all that of those
Yeah.
things, like after,
Yeah.
it'll go so much farther because they can be like, oh, this got a dollar cost per click, this got 25 cents more. I mean, 25 cents. Let me make more
Yeah.
of these things. So that's something like I would say I always try to do is just have a sheet where I can have data and like what the actual thing is. So we'll do like a lot of like listicles and stuff. I'll have a sheet. It's like say if I'm testing like the copy and all of that of a listicle section and a sheet, I'll have exactly what the headline body is of that section and then the stats of it as well. And then it can just it can come up with actual good suggestions off of that. I would say another
Mhm.
tip for crop and sauce, I'll feed it stuff like around marketing psychology or just any files or documents you have, or even like from your courses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's actually one I did the other day with Brian. He was talking about Facebook ads, and I was literally just like uploaded the audio from his speech and just told ChatGPT, hey, make me an SOP for Facebook ads based on what this guy is saying here, and it's
That's
oh,
amazing.
oh boy, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought, but like, think if you can feed it multiple people, feed it Cam's, feed it some other
Yeah.
people's, and then say, hey, analyze
Yeah.
these three guys' styles and tell me how I should like test and set up things. I love it for stuff like that. Um, and then like I would say my new thing with AI I've started doing a lot is just image generation. Um, it's to the point where like, yeah, I think it's crazy good for image generation. And I've been using I don't want to get too technical, but they're like offline models where you like, so it's not like going to Gemini and ChatGPT and saying like, hey, make me an image. It's you download it to your computer, running a program there, and then you're prompting it the same way. But the difference with those is they don't have
Yeah.
the guidelines and all of that. But in the the restriction,
Yeah.
you're gonna hit with Chat GPT and all that. If I want to go in here and say, generate me an image of Donald Trump burning down a social security office, it'll do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Oh, that's
scary.
dope.
It's scary,
Yeah.
but like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, it will. And then you can also queue up a bunch, and like, some of them are messed up. So you just queue up 50 of them, and it'll just versus ChatGPT is like one at a time. So
Yeah.
that's something I've been playing with a lot because you can pump out a ton of stuff. Like, I guess like my setup I have here, like with these programs, and it's just about how like your graphics card and all that. I want to say I could probably generate like 10,000 images a day. Uh,
That's nuts.
yeah, yeah. So from there, it's like, okay, I can do 10,000 images, but like, I'm not gonna go through and look at 10,000 images.
No.
So like a software, I'd actually mess with like Claude Code and the AI coders. I made recently is a software that uses like ChatGPT AI to essentially um, go through and look at these images and try to grade them off of a rubric I have. And then it's,
Wow.
yeah, so it's looking at, say, 10,000 images and then a rubric I have of what makes good direct response stuff. Like, is there a prominent brand? Is the person the focus? Does it look
Yeah.
UGC like? Is there senior present? Things like that. And it'll give it a score out of 10. It'd be like 8.5, whatever, 5.3, not, out of
Yeah.
10. And then it's going to essentially archive the worst stuff and then try to automatically sort like the top 200 into a folder. And then the thought process there is that, yeah, then those are the ones like the media buyers are going to come and run from there. So
Yeah.
that's in the last honestly few weeks been really yeah, diving into. I don't know, it's just if that stuff's
Dude,
like
that's
fun to me, but yeah, it's kind of mind
dude,
blowing.
that's so fucking cool. I think what's like I know we're not there yet, but like if people start packaging this shit up, especially for our industry, like people are gonna buy it up like ASAP. Like if you told me that like I could buy that tomorrow, I'd be like, and it was like easy for me, and I'd be like,
Right,
yeah,
right,
fuck yeah, you know,
right.
yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I thought about that. And that's probably my best, I think my most exciting use case right now. And then
Yeah,
also for like AI agents we're going to utilize a lot. Just the voice
very
agent
cool.
stuff for transfer. So like with the re-enrollments for ACA, that's going to be, yeah, it's hard to get all these people back on the line and try to figure out how they
Yeah,
want to re-enroll. So just having and we have TCP opt-in, so just having AI agents dial them and then transfer in to
yeah,
our licensed agents is
yeah,
another yeah, big use case for us.
yeah. Samar's example at my event was pretty good. Like that sounded quite solid. I don't know if it goes past that and there's better options and stuff, but from what I could tell, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think that's the one probably when it's gonna shake up call center agents and all of that like a lot because like I've seen it with call centers. It's the biggest issue is one like turnover. Like you need to hire 100 people to get like 10 superstars, right? You're gonna have 10
Yeah,
superstars and there you got 20 good ones and 10 okay skating by, the rest are going to be pretty bad, and there's a
yeah,
cost when they rid of the bad. When you hire them, one, they took your leads, they made you negative money on them, you had to pay them still, versus like with an
yeah,
AI agent, sure, maybe over time, day one, it's like not maybe getting how to transfer or close a final expense deal or something like that. But you say you give it 1,000 calls and you're gradually tweaking it and fixing the
hmm,
prompting and all that. It's just going to be solid from there. And then it's a case of, oh, Well, now I can spin the same exact thing up to 100 concurrency, and I have 100 superstars now instead of 10. There's no onboarding. There's no, oh, if my calls are lower today, I have to
Hmm.
send people home. I have to scale down agents. There's no, I can't scale up because I have to go hire 20 people and train them for 2 weeks. It's just like,
Yeah.
boom, you have another killer ready to go, however many CC you have. So I think
Yeah.
that one is like, yeah, is
Yeah.
pretty.
Well, dude, just putting the bodies in a room, not only do you need the real estate for it, you also like are paying for all those people's like days. You're paying for their breaks, you're paying for their vacations. I'm assuming like you got to give them vacation time, shit like that. Like it just adds up, you know, and it makes no sense, especially when you can just be like, I can just run this shit out of a server room and I don't have to deal with anything, you know?
Yeah, and they just charge you for the actual time they're on this call, and it's
Yeah.
significantly less. Like
Yeah.
maybe like a couple $2, like a dollar, couple dollars an hour or something like that. I
Yeah.
would say it comes out to, versus like, yeah, you could go to India or something. You're not getting it that cheap, and they're
Yeah.
definitely not going to be as good once you have it dialed in.
Yeah, I'm excited for when stuff like that starts getting implemented into like service industries, like fast food, shit like that. You know, just stuff where it's like people are getting paid minimum wage. They fucking hate their job. They're terrible to deal with. You know, just like totally automate all those processes and get the people out of there to make life way easier.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's happening. I saw like a crazy video on YouTube the other day. It's like AI 2027 if you want to look it up. But it's like just
Yeah,
talking about like, yeah, by the time 2027, like we should probably be scared of this stuff. It's gonna be so
yeah.
powerful.
Dude, my wife sent me something and I forget exactly what it was, but it was something like there's going to become a turning point where we're like we've either like figured out how to control this shit or it's gone too far and like at that
Um,
point we're fucked and it's like in the fate of like AI at that point.
yeah, I think that's the exact thing I'm talking about, where they talk about like a
Oh, got it.
distinct point we have to
Yeah.
decide, and
Yeah.
it shows you like what happens if we do put safety things and what happens if we
Yeah.
don't. I don't even want to get it, but it's insane if we don't. It's like,
Yeah, dude. Legit like Terminator style, you
yeah,
know?
it was
Like
like the AI would release like a bioweapon that would kill all of humanity because it's like taking up too much resource, and it wasn't like
yeah.
malicious. It was just like a calculation. Like, oh,
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, I was watching like a podcast clip or a podcast of someone and they're just like all the creators of AI like to the public they're like this is an amazing thing. This is so fucking cool and they're like but behind closed door they're like this is fucked. Like we're all screwed, you
yeah.
know?
Elon had said that. He's like, I didn't even really want to start Grok. I saw the technology was like, this is fucking insane. Like, Elon will do anything. If he was like scared of it, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then he saw, all the other rich people and all that doing it. He's like, all right, this is gonna be the new
Yeah.
power in
Yeah.
2030. Who has the best models? Because that's another
Yeah.
thing, right? Just like these companies all have better stuff than chat gpt and all that. They just don't have the capacity to give it to a million people. So that's like,
Yeah.
the futurist to be like, all right, there's some model that's, a billionaire could pay $1 million a year
Yeah.
for, that just does
Yeah.
everything that we don't have access to. But I will say, like when I was talking about the image stuff and the local, that stuff is cool because that's just something you download. It's not controlled by anyone. There's no cost to it. So it's like there's no shutting that off or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just like a fear. It's like it's on my computer now. I can do this forever for no money. And there's gonna be
Yeah.
more and more things coming out like that, which is pretty cool. I know actually Facebook
Yeah.
is releasing them like open source.
Interesting. Where do you I'm kind of like dumb when it comes to AI shit, but where do you learn about stuff like that?
Reddit and YouTube and
Yeah.
Chat GPT. Like anything I
Yeah.
don't understand, I'm always in Chat GPT. Like even trying to learn this DJ stuff, I'm like, what does this
Yeah.
button do? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and like you can say, like, look, I'm new, dumb this shit down for me. That's like the real
Yeah.
power, I think. It's like you tell exactly that. Look, I do marketing, but I don't really know about the click here, and I don't know about this AI. Explain in a way to me that makes sense, or even look, just go and
Yeah.
upload recording this podcast and like I don't know what the hell he was talking about, but this local image generation stuff. But break it down for me and get me going.
Yeah.
Like that's the cool part about it right now.
Yeah. That's funny. When I get like an agent to make me some ad copy, I'm always just like, make it like a grade 5 like English level like grammar, you know? So I'm always like dumb it down like a motherfucker. So like I get that. I need that for myself as well whenever I ask the complex stuff. So makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I think we got one more question here, and just like kind of if you are telling someone how to get into this industry, what like you've made a lot of mistakes, you've done a lot of right things correctly as well. What's kind of like your where you direct people now, and sort of how to figure out to get into this and be successful at it?
Right. Yeah. That's a good question. I would say, look, beginning out, it's definitely tough in this space, but I think it's getting connected to the right people would probably give you the biggest shortcut or the right information. But like,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, like I think people are just gonna give you the biggest shortcut. So I would say honestly, if I was trying to get going, I would find someone who was on your podcast before, just someone you see having real success in this space and
Hmm.
reach out and say, like, hey, I'm looking to break in. Do you have any positions? I know how to do this. I can make videos. Here's my skill set. Here's whatever. It doesn't even have to be your skill set. Here's how much I'm willing to hustle could be, appealing to the right person. So then yeah, and then like I just feel like you're gonna learn faster with that. So if you can, I don't know, whatever, a Cam or a Carter or someone like that, go and work somewhere like that, get some knowledge. That's going to take you, I think, a lot farther nowadays, opposed to just trying to figure it out on your own with because I will say, like, people see it, but there is a level of money you have to be willing to let go of to generally
Yeah,
have
for
success in
sure.
this industry, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it can be easier if it's somebody else's money, you know.
Yeah.
Like
I
that's one
agree.
of the biggest barriers. Like I've talked to, guys like, hey, I'm really learning this industry, blah blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so how'd your campaigns go? And he's like, I haven't uploaded anything yet.
Yeah.
And it's like I get that because yeah, like a lot of times if you're trying to learn this, yeah, you're probably trying to improve your situation. So you're not probably
Hmm.
rich already or something like that. Um, so yeah, you say, hey, $1,000. I can't just freely burn on ads. That gets people scared.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe just going to shows or the right courses and YouTube, I'd watch
Yeah.
someone who I would watch or the groups. I try to consume all content and then just looking for like a little tidbit and stuff like that. But I think you have to have some base understanding to probably do that. So once I had some base
Yeah.
understanding, I would just consume as much content as possible, talk to people, go to shows. But
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, starting out with, I would probably say, yeah, go work for a company that's already doing it in the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think that like networking is massive, man. Even if you don't know shit, show up to these shows. Like it costs nothing to really like flights are cheap as fuck to go to Vegas for a show. You like there's cheap hotel options and just like post up at the Chandelier Bar, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's how I used to really approach it, right? Like, look, no one knows you're staying at the Circus, and you took Spirit
Yep.
here. Then if they
Yeah.
do, it doesn't really fucking matter,
No, nobody
honestly. Because
cares.
like, yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like, okay, whatever, you took Spirit, but like somebody else flew a private jet. Like, yeah, I didn't fly a
Yeah.
private jet. Like, like
Yeah.
nothing. It doesn't matter. There's always
No.
gonna be someone bigger and better. So. you
And
know.
to be honest, man, like I don't know, I'm sure you ran into it too, but some dudes that I know that make a piss load of money are cheap as fuck, and they will still say it's Circus Circus and fly Spirit. You know?
Yeah. Well, I will fly Spirit if it's more efficient. I'm all about efficiency. So I'm like,
Yeah,
no layover. I'll take this over a layover in United because I want to
for
get to
sure.
my destination. And I'm someone who can sleep on any plane. So
Oh,
like,
dude, that's amazing.
yeah, like
Yeah, we just like we're going to San Diego next month. We had to we booked like and like I hate flying fucking Southwest just because like their boarding
oh
system
my
and you
God,
can't book seats and shit.
same.
But I have a kid and I'm like, okay, well, like we need like we can't like drag this out. We can't leave at like fucking 5 a.m. So let's just
Yeah,
like take this one because it's direct. It's a good time. You know, it is what it is, whatever. It's like two and a
yeah.
half hours. So like
Well,
sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
I think can't you pre-board with a kid, or is it? I don't know the rules around that, but I think if you're a
I
family,
don't know.
yeah, you should look that up because I think like if you have a kid under a certain age, what they call pre-boarding, you're under pre-boarding,
Yeah.
so you're better than first class. You're in there with the wheelchair
Yeah.
people.
Especially when you get to select your own seats when you just like show up, right?
So
Like I've
that
taken it once before, but yeah.
that's part of the problem with Southwest too. People also scam it. They say if you have disabilities, you can pre-board. You have people limping up there, and like, wait a minute, and you were not limping two
Yeah.
seconds ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I did opt for the most expensive seats and like to be honest it wasn't bad at all, you know? So I was like we're regardless if we get on because we're early because we got a kid or because like I booked the like I think it's like the A class or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Dude,
Anyway,
the one time I booked, I'll end with this. Like, if one time I booked Southwest, I was going to Hawaii first class, and then I like realized, oh fuck, there's no actual first class on here. You just get the board higher in the line. I was so mad.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
so mad.
Yeah. That's a long ass flight too, bro. That's like 5 hours.
Yeah, six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm so happy we got to do this and wanted to do this for a long time. Glad you showed up, man. Glad you could spill some fucking sauce for us. I don't know if you want to, you can say fuck off if you want, but like if someone wants to reach out to you, are you open to that? Do you want to like
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if it's, business critical, you can email me, Mike at Rubicon Perform, or Instagram is probably better.
Yeah,
It's IATS underscore Walker.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
I'm always open to chatting if I can respond
yeah,
and see the message. But
yeah,
and
yeah,
I've had people who are like, yo, I want to talk to you. I'm just getting started. And like, okay,
yeah.
sure. I'm not doing anything right now. I don't know.
Yeah. But don't start the conversation with fucking hey. I hate when people slide
Oh
into your
my
DMs with
God.
hey. I'm just like,
Yeah.
bro,
Or
just get to the point. Like
anybody. Yeah, I just see that.
yeah,
It's just like, hey, can I
yeah,
talk to you? Hey, like quick second, like dot dot
yeah,
dot. What else?
yeah. Fucking spit it out one thing so like I can bang out an answer, bro, and move on
Yeah,
with my day.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
All
sure.
right, bro. I
All right.
appreciate it. I'm sure I'm gonna see you soon, sometime in the near future. So yeah, looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
later,
All
bro.
right. Have a good one.